So this is my Rube Goldberg project. The idea is just to have two people compete to catch 3 marshmallows that are thrown up on the air. So at one end, 3 marshmallows are thrown up. At the other end, 3 marshmallows are thrown up. And then as a grand finale, a giant party popper explodes. So I'm going to run through the steps with you right now. To start, you put a quarter in a slot right here and it rolls down this ramp. It hits this switch right here, and when this switch gets thrown down, this solenoid right here pulls in. When that solenoid pulls in, this gumball gets released and rolls down the ramp here, and it rolls up to there, and then it rolls down here, and then it knocks off this magnetic switch right here, which turns on this motor right here, whacking this steel ball into this cup. The ball then rolls down, hits this teeter-totter right here. It goes in there, that knocks this stick over, which hits this mousetrap. This switch then gets turned on, and when that switch turns on, this elevator gets turned on. The elevator slowly moves up, driven by this motor right here. And when the elevator gets to its top, it's got some flaps that get caught on this dowel right here. And then a gumball rolls out there, goes down the ramp, and hits this trampoline here. After hitting the trampoline, it bounces up and it goes into that container right there. There's a switch at the bottom of that container. When it hits that switch, this electromagnet is turned off, and the electromagnet's holding this man here. He goes down the zip line and hits that domino. That domino then lands on that pad, turning on a switch. When that switch turns on, it turns this motor on, pulling up this gate. This car goes down, knocks this switch off, which turns on this motor, pulling up this gate, which hits that switch, which causes that car to go down here. It hits that. When it hits that, this solenoid goes out, causing this rubber band to be shot, hitting that target. That target falls over, hitting this switch right here. When that switch turns on, it turns on a motor right here. This motor is connected to a man way down here who's going to push that jawbreaker. That jawbreaker hits a series of 3 switches, and each switch is connected to a solenoid that pulls in and causes a marshmallow to be launched. So when the jawbreaker hits the first switch, this marshmallow is launched. When it hits the second switch, this marshmallow is launched. When it hits the third switch, this marshmallow is launched. They all sort of fling up in the air in an arc about 15 feet high, so the person on this end of the game is trying to catch the 3 marshmallows in their mouth. When the jawbreaker gets to the end, it hits this switch, which turns on this motor. Turns on this motor, which pulls on this pipe wrench. This pipe wrench turns this giant party popper. These party poppers are actually pretty rare. Probably most people have never seen them, but you can buy them in Chinatown for Chinese New Year. When you twist the bottom with respect to the top, there's a huge amount of confetti, this much, that goes flying up in the air, and it's actually they're pretty dramatic party poppers. They actually can fly up as high as a telephone pole.
Okay.